Good morning, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SKTV. Welcome and welcome. Welcome to each and every one of you. Welcome to today's edition. Welcome. Let's share the show. Let's share the show. Good morning and good morning to everyone. Let's share the show, please. As you join us, let us know where you are joining us from. We are with the guys in the studio from Liberia that will be joining us momentarily. But let's share the show today. We have the opportunity to also speak to the guys from Liberia here on the show. Interesting things here. I think we have signals here from Liberia. Give me a moment. We will add the people from Liberia on. It's a blessing to have Truth FM helping us here. But let's share the show, folks. We have some interesting things to talk about here. Share the show as you join us. Let us know where you're joining us from. Today we will have the opportunity to recognize some people. Please don't feel overlooked. It's been a while since we've recognized some of you. Yes, it's been a while, and that's unfair. That's very, 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 very unfair. So we'll do what we can to ensure that we're recognizing you. Let's share the show, please. What are the facts? Today is the conversation. Let's share the show. If you can, let's share the show. Let's welcome the folks from Liberia on as we're setting something up here. Give me 1 second. Give me a second, folks. We have to load 2 videos here because today we probably more likely so might not have any kind of music or break. We will do our best to just have want to play 2 videos to you and hopefully for you, and hopefully you can be the witnesses of these videos. As funny as they sound or as they might look, they're very interesting things happening in our country in current times. And so that's why I think there was a need for us to have them. We have the guys from Liberia here in the back from QFM. Okay, we'll mute them. You'll not hear the music, but the guys from Liberia, the folks from Liberia are playing music. They're setting in here. I will keep them in the back for a second until they get all settled. And I'm glad they're joining us. Today's a good day. Today's Sunday. I'm very, very exhausted. Very, very exhausted. But hey, we had to come on and do what we got to do, right? Very interesting things are happening. Good things are happening as well. Let's share the show. Please help us to share the show. The show is picking up as I look tired or whatever now, but we'll get there. We will get there. Very interesting things are happening. Let's share the show. Let's share the show. Last night since yesterday we had 3 different events that we attended. Sigma and I, a big wedding, a very, very big, gigantic wedding. We attended yesterday, the entire afternoon, and then last night we were up, we were out. We're up and out with some very, very good time. We had some very good time. We had some very, very good time last night. We're up again. We're up and out. Last night we had a recognition program where I was honored and recognized. It was a good program. It just that naturally, normally in person, I'm shy. I know many of you wouldn't believe that. Many of you don't believe that. I can't even talk in person. If you really got to know me in person, you really really love me because I'm more laid back in person. I'm more chill than maybe on this app or somewhere else. But I'm very very laid back in person. I think so. Sometimes I think I'm too laid back in person. But let's share the show. Where are the facts? The show will get very interesting. I want you to know we're just laying the premise here. The show will be noisy today. You know, I'm tempted. I'm tempted to some people reach out to me. Oh, you never join. You never. How come you never on closing argument? And Siku has been there, and and I just laugh. A couple of people reach out to me. I ignore it. Um, the people on closing argument have told you that we are welcome on closing argument from SKTV. It's not a hidden secret, or it's not a secret. It's and we're glad that we have that partnership. And I can say maybe any other network or platform. I can say that for a fact. I can say that for a fact that we have that open relationship where we're welcome on these shows. Let's get to the guys in Liberia here. Uh, let me see. Yeah, okay, he coming, getting set up. I'll put him back. That we have this open relationship that we can call, or they can send us the link, or they can invite, or whatever it is, and we are open to appearing, on any platform when we are invited. If the time does not suit us, we wouldn't be able to make it. But if the time suits us, we'll definitely show up. We don't shy away from the conversation. So please don't worry about that. Just start giving a hard time. We'll appear on closing argument. We will. We will. We will. I think many of you have reached out. Thank you for reaching out. We'll appear on closing argument to have the conversation. I appeared on Spoon before more than once. When we got invited, we appeared. So don't trip. We appear on the show. Closing argument will appear there. But let's help us share the show first in the meantime. Today we'll clear the air. We'll sharpen the contradiction on the whole issue with Spoon or whatever it is. We'll get to the court rulings and what's underneath it, so that this is not made political, and this is not played out the wrong way in the public because people want to seek public sentiments and so forth. Again, that's wrong. We'll accuse the government factually on a factual basis, but not. Good morning. Are you with us? I think he's trying to settle in here. Let's see. Okay. So the guys from the studio are trying to settle in there. But let's share the show, folks. Good morning there. How are you?
Oh, I was on the evening. We'll be checking it out.
Okay, I think these guys are still working on some stuff here. I'll keep them on mute in the back in the meantime. I think we're still relaying. But in the meantime, let's share the show. Again, very interesting conversations here today. Very, very. As you can see, the Labyrinth guys, they are tired. They're really, really tired. But I had to come on. And Siku will be joining us in a moment. Oh, last night, Last night, we're hanging out with Octavius Gaiman, who came from Michigan to hang out with us. Hanging out with a couple of people. It was a good time. Imagine one night you go to 3 different events. Last night about 4 is so last night I fought is our last night. What? We fought that Bigley last night. Bigley. Okay, I think the guy from Liberia. What time? Let me see. Are we good to go? We're good to go. Wonderful. Thank you so much for filling in today. Good to see you, Steve. Here. What is your name, please?
Heron Jala, my name.
Heron Jala, welcome to the show and thank you for relaying the program today. So quickly, folks, we have Henry in studio today who will be helping us with relaying to Liberia. Like I said, we are getting set up here in the back as well. We're doing 1 or 2 things to ensure that we have the show ready to go. Today, the show will be fiery. I want you to know that. Some people coming get vest. Some people coming get in a vest clothes. We ain't got a problem with that one. We ain't got a problem with that one. But anyways, folks, it's good to be back on. Welcome to SKTV. Today is Henry, we're getting some feedback there. Is it okay if I mute you for a second because we're getting some feedback, please? Thank you, Chief. So, really quick, welcome to today's edition. Today is July 16th, 2023. The time stamp here in Phoenix, Arizona. It's 11:13 a.m. Arizona time. The weather out is nice. It's fairly hot in Arizona this time of the year. It's normal for the U.S. at this time of the year. Other parts of the country, I can't really tell. Interestingly so, people are complaining all parts of the world. I was watching and reading the news also early this morning about 2-3 when I got home. I'm sitting up reading the news and watching the news, and people are complaining about it in Las Vegas, in California, in other parts of the country that, we have a very, huge heat wave around the world, as a matter of fact, and people are complaining about global warming and so forth. I mean, it's unprecedented this year. Records are setting all over the U.S. and around the world. It's very hot. It is very, very hot. Why some are complaining in Liberia about the cold, like too cold, the rain too much, and they kind of turn me a little bit in the because by the time now, you just inside all day. Yeah, you fall down inside. Yeah, you just eat it all whole day. They're raining all day. All your operation, your hustle, everything just spoiled. Then my crowd board and to somebody can visit you nobody fall down inside. Now here is know what I'm talking about. So he's smiling, you understand the time. You know what time it is. But maybe I'm gonna be in a level again because officially as of yesterday, we 10 Melbourne over. Yeah, Melbourne are open grown again. Melbourne are grown. We want to open in front of his knee. But Melbourne, congratulations to you, bro. Congratulations to you. But we get Henry. Yeah, we don't know what's going on with Henry, but Henry just smiling. Yeah. Henry, we get made known because we know what's going on with Henry. Yeah, we get made known Henry. Also, real. Until we find out what Henry's situation is, we will not made known. But anyways, folks, those of you following from Liberia, welcome to today's edition. We want to continue pick up from where we stopped yesterday. We had Chairman Musa Ability on with us yesterday. I know in the course of time here, we will be joined by some people very, very soon. Sekou will be joining us. We're anticipating maybe 1 or 2 more persons to join us. Again, the conversation starting very slow. We're picking up, trying to, lay the basis here. But we anticipate the conversation will be very, very heated this afternoon or this morning for some of you. On the East Coast, it's what, 2:16. In the Midwest, it's 1:16 p.m. But hey, we're on course and we are ready to move. Look at Ruby. Ruby saying him, Henry that count they show here for you to be, for you to be adding funny now. yeah, because I'm reading some of y'all now. I just looking at y'all. Anyway, we'll discuss that one later on. We'll discuss that one later on. Anyway, folks, let's get to the real issue this afternoon, this morning. We'll play you two clips here. The campaign hasn't started officially, but it seems like some political parties, all political parties, however you want to term them, some people will say all, some people will say some, seem to be in campaign moods. Very interesting. We'll play two clips, one from President George, from Vice President Joseph Yuma Boakai, and we'll play you another clip, one from President George, where we want you to please tell us who you think is not saying the truth. Because when we say the person get loud on the show, they say we're disrespectful. So we're not going to be disrespectful. Now we'll play the clip, they'll tell who lied. You understand me? Whether the old man lying or the young boy lying. That will be able to determine that. But we'll play the clip today. Play the clip for you. Today we'll talk about the switch or the move of a person from Team Cummings. Yesterday we spoke on it briefly. In terms of Daniel Chie, you will also recall that when he was first put on Team Cummings, some people stopped supporting Mr. Cummings because, quote unquote, he had a warlord on his team. So Daniel Chie was one of the men that they didn't want on the team. They wanted him out. The question becomes, now that Daniel Chie is gone, do you still come back to support Cummings? But we'll get into all of these things because they're important for us to talk about. Another thing we'll talk about, we'll also revisit today. We have a couple of government bones as we speak. We have 5 government bones from the Liberty Party. That includes Senator Yomi Kanga Lawrence, Senator Steve Zago, Senator A.B. Darius Dillon, Prince Stowe, Jacob Smith, and Senator Yomi Kanga Lawrence, Bear Ball, Daniel Sano. I think there are 5 or 6 of them. All of them, they are government boom as of the 13th of this month. They've been government boom. So the 3 days in the government boom life now. They can join any party they want to. 3 days, they've been government boom. They fall inside. So we'll revisit that. We'll also revisit the questions that we asked yesterday. The fact that Henry Costa was not in Ghana in the meeting in person. And there is no indication in any way, shape, or form that the meeting in Ghana, he participated via Zoom. We stand to be corrected. Until that can be proven as a fact, we stand or stay with the facts here. And the facts are he was not present because there is no indication. He alluded to the fact that after the meeting, he got a report or a call from the meeting. And after that, he had a 2 hours phone call with Vice President Joseph Yuma Boakai and some family members or whatever not. And that's as far as we know. But we asked the question yesterday, the fact that Vice President Joseph Yuma Boakai was in person in that meeting. And he is a presidential candidate currently, as far as we are concerned, based on the facts at net records. Should Vice President Joseph Yuma Boakai be obligated to tell Labrampo who he met in Ghana, as opposed to people asking Henry Costa who were the people in Ghana? Because it wouldn't make any sense from a rational perspective. Rationally, if you were thinking, let's forget about this thing y'all call politics, because sometimes we use politics to trick people and lie. But let's keep it 100%. Let's keep it factual, like we say in America. I think Joseph Yuma Boakai should be asked the questions by Liberians. Who did he meet in Ghana? Who was the people he met? Because he met them physically in Ghana. Who were those people? And we know he met them physically in Ghana, not on Costa's account. But we also know on the account of Joseph Yuma Boakai's Jr., or his son, I mean. He alluded to that fact. We played the tip here yesterday. You heard him saying it, that there was a meeting held. He contradicted what the chairman of the Unity Party said. Luther Tappe. I choose not to call him Reverend. I choose not to call him Reverend because if you be a spiritual leader and you come in public and lie bold-faced in the name of politics, then I'm not going to call you Reverend. I'll just call you by your full name, respectively, because I'm not going to ascribe a title to you that would elevate you when, in fact, you're the one in that title. So what do you say to your members in church on Sunday when they ask you, Pastor Luther Tappe, what do you say? When they ask you about that interview, what do you say? So he lied. Luther Tappe lied. Simple. He lied because he was corrected and contradicted. He was not in the meeting, probably had no clue. But another question we also asked was, what really happened? Is there a lack of communication here with the United Party as to how do we handle this whole Costa issue? What's really going on? We asked all these questions yesterday. We had a very good time here with Chairman Musa Belede because we pushed him to as well on the CPP and what they're doing. We're hoping that he will come back. He told us about some of their plans, but we want to push it today a little further. We want to have a little further conversation. Yesterday, we did not get into the documentations of the court ruling. I see some of you passing around. You're staying with Spoon, that freedom of speech. You're staying with a person, that freedom of speech. You're staying with a person. Listen, I stand with freedom of speech. I'm not staying with nobody because some of you been standing. We don't know where now. You're going to stand with people that those people that can disgrace you and lie. When you find out that I lie. Many of you are standing with Darius DeLong. Last year, July 13, you were standing with Darius DeLong when he lied about the plane ticket. And it seems Darius DeLong came by and wanted to challenge Frontage Africa. When he showed you your own plane ticket that he changed his jet, he's saying, what he saying he did to him, man? I mean, say, and I didn't say it. But many of you are standing with him. Well, we stand with Senator DeLong. We stand with the person. You're quick to stand with people because you don't make independent decisions based on the facts available. You make decisions based on your emotion or the political people that you support. I see some people writing how they're disappointed in Costa, how they're dissing Costa, how they're dying Costa. Ooh. When Costa was bouncing around, telling people that they were effing document. They were doing that one, they were doing that one document. Y'all know that was lie. They were not disappointed. I see your life. I see y'all be standing. Yo, stand, sit. Before the election finish, some of y'all, when you're finished now, there will be nothing y'all can do again. Because when we see you now, we'll just see through you. You'll be passing around, standing and sitting with people. You stand with the other person, you stand with another. And the truth about this matter is because we have the documentations, we've read through the rulings and the court documents, we know for a fact that this is not, it has nothing to do with freedom of speech. Yeah, more you're 100% right. Someone will be pumping tire. Because you now stand, sit. I'm pumping tire now you'll be doing after the election. So it has nothing to do with what you think freedom of speech. But we'll read the court document. It's spelled out in there what really happened. And behind closed doors, Stanton Witherspoon is blaming his lawyers. But he comes in public because he's a renowned crook. I told you before about it. I told you I said that dude is dangerous. People say, oh, you let it, man. But he made him on violent. The people who eat money, he but I didn't want to be online. I ain't eat money for him. No, I never call him before behind closed door asking for money or anything. No. Never call him asking for money. Like someone who's sucking up. You saw your birthright today. Now, what you got to suck up? You saw your birthright. Yo, balance. Yeah, guess you. Yo, balance. When you really know what really going on. You think that only the court team may be understand? You'll be shocked. You'll be shocked. Yeah, but the other one are there. The other one are in line. I don't know about. You'll be shocked. You're standing and sitting. You'll be shocked. So it has nothing to do with court. It has nothing to do with President George Weah. President George Weah never ever put him more inside. It has nothing to. They play President George Weah wrong. We're saying wrong. They play holding accountable. I'm not going to join any group of people. I'm not going to encourage anybody to join a group of people to blame other people. because they don't want to take responsibility for their decisions and their actions. No, I'm not going to do that. And that's what opposition people do. They pass around 24/7 and just shift. Bring up President Joe. We are did this. Even if somebody go to the bathroom and they got to stay in line with that President Joe, we got to stay in line. Seriously? Every little thing we love for put a blame. Let's take some responsibility. Let's do it. So your lead President Joe, we are in the one. No, I'm not love for President Joe, we are in the one. Tussle. It's not fair. Yeah. It's not fair. It really not fair. Let's just be honest. As you join the show, let me just say to you, let's be respectful to each other, please. Let's be respectful. Please refrain from losing curse words, please. You can write curse word here. I don't know. Come on, Fofana. I never hear come on and cursing before. Come on using curse word. I will warn you because you get come on tattoo. I don't entertain fools. You get come on tattoo and I respect come on. I respect error. But if you want to behave like a fool as an error, then I can treat errors as fools. I don't entertain fools. Don't test my patience. You read any disrespectful comment again. You read any curse on the show, you'll be back. You will never ever, until you change your name from Kamon to Zoe. I don't know you come on the show. Put yourself together. I don't know if you're male or woman. Put yourself together. I don't entertain fools. You better go ask about me. Fools are not my friends. But anyways, folks, let's get back to the conversation because sometimes you got to put Kamon in check. Yeah, Kamon, you got to check them and bring them back in line. So today I will not play music. We'll play these tips. Again, y'all get show them where you can go. You can curse. They can curse y'all. You can curse. That's fine. That option. You can switch channel and go listen to curse. If you read curse on here, disagree with us. Say we lie. Please don't use curse. Soon you use curse word, you will be sent for packing. You will be sent for packing. You're not coming back again. So I beg you, disagree with us. I don't get a problem. If you say I lie, I don't get a problem. You say I'm telling the truth and I'm doing the one and I get a problem. You say I'm stupid and I get a problem because stupid and I'm curse. But when you use curse words, insulting words, you go get error then to watch the show. We get some cuckoo error then. Like in Wiley show here too. We want error then to see curse. And we get men of God and we get lie in public. Like in Wiley show. Some of the men of God with the lie in the back end. That one will work with you. But when you lie in public, you yourself regard as a man of God. But anyway, folks, let's share the show. I'm being very serious. You know I'm laughing, but let's not use curse words. Please, let's not. Because if you do, you already know me. I don't play games. You and Seko can be on that. Oh, I'll give the other person a chance. I don't get no chance. I don't get a chance. My name is not Jesus Jr. My name is Steve. So I keep it straightforward, 100%. Well, if you're just tuning in to us today, you have the opportunity to call in. So once we get into the conversation here, again, the conversation will get heated. It will get very, very heated very soon. Let's get quickly to the first video. I want us to listen to this video. Really, really, really quick. I want us to listen to this video. Oh no! The thing about the Facebook thing, when you open, folks, you give me a second. So when you open Facebook, you all start texting my people. Don't put yourself on record. Start texting the whole what they call it. Don't need the text. We're on show now. Don't bring noise in the time. Yeah, you gotta understand the time. See me, you just texting, you're just betting. I will bring you other news. Oh, yeah. When you find yourself on the show, rely on the testing business, slow down. See my boy Henry just looking, you want to see who testing to you, looking sharp. Yeah, well, that won't happen. Anyway, let's get this video playing. Give me a second, folks. As you can see that Joseph Yoman Puaga here. Hold on 1 second.
Oh God. I was president of the Senate, and for all the time I was president of the Senate, my job was to sit down and direct the debate. So you put your hand up, I recognize you. I'm telling you, one day, Mr. Weah never put his hand up. Because he didn't have anything to say. That's why they were calling Bobo Senator. I'm not joking. The only thing about us, we're not honest. Joe Howard Taylor knows that. The only time we had spoke to me was one Thursday, we had a meeting, and we're taking on and saying, hey, Chief, gotta go hustle. I said, you Senator, who you going hustle? Don't put your country, if you want to progress, not friendship, don't put anything in the hand of anybody who doesn't know anything and cannot do it.
Okay, so that was Vice President Joseph Yuma Boakai, as you can see, throwing talk on President Weah. But one thing I love about Begugbe been in a Kenya for a minute. Some of you don't even know that some of you young folks were not even born when President George Weah were appearing on radio and on TV. You have no thought. You have no understanding. President George Weah only chooses not to speak, but he's been speaking. President George Weah understands the media more than most of us educated people or non-educated people. If you don't know, you think President George Weah TV shy. So when President George Weah used to speak when he was playing, anybody used to understand what he was saying? You really think you can speak English more than President the man who spoke to the entire world and they understood what he said. That you graduated from university with bachelor's or master's degree, that you will now understand what he's saying. So he just chooses not to do that. But however, when he decides to speak, then he speaks. If you think I lie, and listen, I trust Begugbe on throwing thought. They met throw both Boakai and Kumi. He threw a jab at Kumis too. You know where before we get that thing I love Begugbe. Let me tell you something. I don't suppose CDC, I don't suppose President George Weah. But President George Weah seizes the opportunity every time he can to take a swap at Joseph Yuma Boakai and Kumis. And for that, I am with President George Weah. I will support him anytime. You're who taking politics to be religion. Y'all keep it up. Please, y'all keep it up. Cyril Mane president there in the Western world can throw jab at the opponent. Like y'all won't make anything like that. Oh, you know, you can't do it. When you do it like that, you will be not elevating the conversation. Y'all shut up with your elevating conversation. In fact, when you taking shot, you elevating the conversation. You don't understand? Who told you all said, oh, bah. No, I love Begugbe for that. And I will tell President George Weah anytime, I support you in a department, man. Me. I am number one fan in a department. Anytime you bother with them, take a serious shot at them. Even you can go deeper, say go deeper. Don't be afraid. Let them be in church. I didn't want to be bishop, apostles. You already pastor, you know who Jesus is. You know who Jesus is, but you're preaching Jesus. So we already know your level. So people, I don't want to go with you. I got no problem with President George Weah in that department. I love President George Weah for that. And I will support President George Weah 100% in that area. Anytime you bother with them, what are the President George Weah care whether that geriatric or OH competition you're running yet? No. If you think you owe, they're not being in the election. Go sit down in your house. Because when you owe and you say in your house, nobody will come throw talk on you. But when you come and be part of politics, they will throw talk on you. And you're who passing around, oh, and you disrespectful to the old man, and they went out on, y'all shut up, man. Disrespectful to we old man. Y'all shut up. The old man in your heart, nobody can be disrespectful to him. Y'all shut up. Prezo? You my boy. The president of my boy. I love Prezo on that level. Me, I support President George Weah in that department any day. Look, President George Weah, the next time you have the opportunity to talk again, please go further. Go further and even tell her how much due Joseph Boakai son. Go further and even tell her about Alexander Cummings, you know, any due in San too. What thing happened? That what thing happened? Also be saying and be acting diplomatic. You in politics, but you won't be diplomatic. You in politics, but you won't be diplomatic. You won't play safe. I see CPP people playing safe for Unity Party. Oh God, I see some CPP people playing. Oh Lord, how do you shoot yourself in the foot? You are somebody your own competition, and you say the president yourself. Let's listen to a president, yeah. Let's listen to the president. Okay, the other president I know. First of all, some people that never get any kind of queen. Some people that never get any kind of queen, they always get Bible name behind it. Either you get Sir Joseph or you get Sir Date. You don't get no Sir and no coming or whatever it is. So you want to use F word yet? Go to the place where you can use your F word and yeah. We back on the show, yeah. We can use F word, but we can talk it exactly as it is, yeah. But Prezo, let the boy hear you again. They won't get president over here. Abe, how will you yet? How will you? How will you on the one? How will you on the one? The people who won't be diplomatic, let them go be diplomatic. A diplomatic and win president, saying la bro. Let them go be diplomatic. The players will tell you what's going on to be there checking. I mean, so check. I love my president for the one. President Joy, we are. You my poor. You get my respect, brother. I will support you in that department. Don't take out none of them. Let them be playing safe and cool. Our friendship level your own. I can't put my president on here. What didn't concern me, say. Okay, me 1 second. I bring a president on. Nah. Sharp. I bring a president on. I will check on our president. Oh, just give me 1 second. Okay, there's my preso. There's my preso. I'll give you a minute. I come in. I will visit for you. Yo, yeah, preso. Taking shot, yo. You move on the next time. You'll put your left together. You'll be passing around funny level there. You're talking politics. You're talking church and tradition and religion. You're going to go talk tradition and church. Yeah, President Joe, I don't care about that one.
Moving that in this government, they can relax in air condition.
Oh yes.
You know, sometimes I can tell you, because when I say yes, I mean yes. I don't disappoint people. You understand? Look at the new strategy they try to, for you to know that they're strong. People are not strong. You know what they call Gabu? You know Gabu? Okay, then when I wear the colored glasses, right? I can see you can see my eyeball, right? Even the small children, they'll say, look at your eyeball. They're giving the there for people to wear because they can sleep. So, but let me say something to you. Hold on, let me say something to you. I said to you, every year they come with the same story. Just the other day, someone said that, when I was in the Senate, as the president of the Senate, Georgia did not put a hand up. And people, in a very soft tone. Yes, you are correct. You will not see my hand, but every time I put it on, you'll be sleeping. So, how you see my hand? Mr. President, you not be. Now you see my hand. But you forgot to know that for the first time, our chair recognized me. And everybody, 30 men in that room, 29 men in that room said our passport will be $50. George Manuia. I argued with them for 3 hours. They were never happy. Our parents Go to the market, they can even $50. Our passport can be $50. And somebody come to say, when they eat the Senate, I can put my hand up. I don't just talk. You know what I'm saying? I was taught to say the right thing at the right time, so I can be successful in what I do. And today, your passport stay the same. I was a senator at that time. You understand? I lived in Riyadh. I lived with the former vice president in that area. I lived there for a long time. I'm the custodian of that place. Riyadh today, look at Riyadh, and even look at where he's lived. We fix it. And somebody called me and said, fixer. You call yourself fixer? What are you fixing? What are you fixing? Huh? Go.
Can't fair with Joey all you want. Joey at my door. Prezo, I know you watching because you can miss the show. Let me say this to you, Prezo. I know if you preaching in church today because you now know Jesus. You say you went Israel to go know who the Jesus is, but you've been preaching the Jesus. I say on the other level, I respect you. Me, you will work together in the department. Let's deal with these people from the opposition. They're not serious, they're not ready. When we come to talk, we won't be talking diplomacy and talking, oh, let's elevate the conversation. Let's elevate the conversation. Go elevate the conversation in yours. Y'all go elevate conversation in yours. Yeah. Y'all go elevate conversation in yours. The Liberian people listen to that free you'll be talking. They elevate the conversation, elevate the conversation. See what man president is taking swap at a friend that you're. That you're worry now president take swap at a friend. No Rose. I beg you, don't bring noise in. Joe, we are watching this show. Joe, we are watching this show. Joe, we are got to remind on this show. If you forget, Carrasco will remind him. Carrasco will remind him. I'm telling you right now. If you forget, Carrasco can remind you the why the show. I say Joe, we are going to watch the show. Samuel Twain can watch the show. Akaras Greg can watch the show. All of them, even the director, all of them glued to the show right now as we speak. So you're probably be sleeping and put it into the ear for this thing that working. Forget about that thing, man. You think we don't know what thing we're talking? We know what thing we're talking. We know what we're talking. We know. Trust me. They can watch the show. But that's a side point. The point I wanted to make before we get to the issue here is President George Weah, I support you in that department, Chief. As the President of the Republic, that Donald Trump, he went on a rally a few days. His close opponent in the Republican nomination selection that are coming up, Ron DeSantis, he's taking serious swap at all of them. His own vice president, Mike Pence, he's taking swap at Mike Pence. And Mike Pence then passing around. I think that the two Holy Ghost filled. I want this swap Donald Trump, but he won't be in politics. That's why I just look at him alone. I just look at the other joker. Where you going? Where you going? Who told you politics are just a diplomacy? I beg you, y'all be saying now. Y'all be checking on each other. George Weah will be President George Weah, I beg you, Papa. If you have the opportunity to speak again, whatever was going on yesterday that made you to take that kind of swap, please do it 2 times. Do it much better than before. Deal with them. They don't understand politics. They think that religion in here. They think that diplomacy. So as you guys listen, it's up to you to judge who lying. Whether that Joseph Yuma Boaga lie because he say he swear to God that President George Weah never used to say anything in the Senate. President George Weah said that scam. Joseph Boaga never used to hear anything he said because Joseph Boaga was always sleeping. And we know one thing is for fact because we probably not in the Senate. One thing we know that is for fact is Joseph Boaga always sleeping. Even if he's speaking right now, he's sleeping. So that one part we can't take it away. We were discussing fire. We're not discussing feelings or other funny level. We're discussing facts. And the fact is, we know in the public that Joseph Yuma Boakai always sleeping. They're not lie. They're always sleeping. So what was also me? We say, okay, me part in the public, I'm part of the public. As a spectator who watching from the public, I know one fact is Joseph Yuma Boakai is always sleeping. So he's been called Sleepy Joe, he's been called Sleeping Ponyo, he's been called, the only thing they haven't called him Sleeping Joe Boy yet, but he could be called Sleeping Joe Boy. Who knows? Maybe they can ask sleeping to Joe Boy, but he's been sleeping, we know that for a fact. He always sleeping. Even when he go to function, as evident by that, the thing they strategy to buy him Gogu. Now the Gogu that they buy Joseph Boakai, they got to hold a hand to walk in public because the Gogu when he wear, he can't see good. So you're just making the whole thing look stupid. You're making the old man to look funny in the town. And you need to stop. You're making the old man to look funny in the town. You can't put Gogu on the man face, the man can see the Gogu too thick. The man can see good. So then you need to be showing the way to him, clearing the way when he's coming. It's a problem by itself, from problem to problem. I think we all know that song, from problem to problem is a problem. So I'm begging you, we who are concerned citizens and stakeholders, then we're saying on behalf of us, you please choose your battle. You please choose your battle. If you're with bad Gogu, you're buy something that light that the man can see. Don't buy the heavy cake Gogu. And that means the Gogu better than President Joe. So if you want cause to I'm begging you, you're telling to our president. President, that you say I just amplifying what you said, Chief. And you know we got to put a message on that Labrimpo spoke. Because our president spoke. So all the look, you take anything, whether you opposition, you work in opposition, the president or the Republic of Liberia had told the world, and Joseph Boakai of Liberia, that Joseph Boakai wear Gogu because he sleeps in public. Let me say that the president said it. So if you insult the president, then you get problem. Because any insult you direct right now, you are directing it to the president, not me. I just said it. As a concerned citizen, and a stakeholder, our president has sent out a clear message to the Republic and the rest of the world that Joseph Boakai sleeps, so they brought him Gogu. The man's wearing Gogu. Oh Lord. The President Joe. They got to be, no. Also, y'all want to say President Joe, we are disrespectful because he said that. Okay. Y'all call the president now. Let me see. I challenge anybody to disrespect our president. You disrespect our president, you will not be on the show yet. Oh, God. The one the president saying him for all to say that lie. For you say Costa that lie. SKTV that lie. Oh, so the president, okay. The president who are in Senate with a man. Say the man will be sleeping in the Senate. I see how can no bogus deal was passed. We are getting no bogus deals. And we'll get to the bottom of it. But anyways, folks, let's get to some serious business to add up to this serious thing that we're talking. Let's get to another serious business. Many of you are running around Facebook either because you want to please your friends, your connections, your associates, or you want to seem like you are making a moral case. That's very good. In America, we can say to each his own. And because we can say to each his own, I mean you have the right to your views. But please, when the facts are brought up, can you please do us a favor too and go back and retrieve all of you standing with this and you're standing with that and you're standing with this and a freedom of speech and they want to step on freedom of speech? Can you please go back and take it back too? Because we must stick with the facts. And what some of you are doing, you are hurting your own credibility because you don't know the facts and you want to make this look like a political thing. They're not political thing. They're not political thing. Like I said, we have the court documents. We've been having for a couple of days or a couple of weeks or whatever now, the rulings. And I want to go through it really quick because we're zooming on that, take some calls and have the interaction today. But just before we get into that, I want to remind all of you quickly that and I say Henry on a B man. A birthday tomorrow. Henry B man at the studio at his birthday tomorrow. We have asked you guys, people who support SKTV, to please contribute. Please, whatever you can contribute. Some of you did yesterday. Thank you so much. Some of you did not. And we have the listing of all those who contributed because this didn't get live. We're begging you, please. Some of you, when I take the stakeholder title from you, you get best. But that's some of the things I beg you. Yes, Beverly, you did yesterday. And thank you so much. And you are one of the people who has always, anytime we have a contribution, you would contribute. Always. What are Musa Bedede yet? What are Charlie Bronskin yet? What are Kumis here? You always contribute. You are a sustainable, reliable stakeholder, Beverly. Say anything you want to say. But Beverly is a sustainable and reliable stakeholder. I give you that respect. You already know. So we're asking you to please contribute. Let's get to the issue here because we have the court rulings here. Now, here is something that's not the fact, or here are some things that are not facts. And they don't want you to talk about it. They don't want it to be discussed. One thing that is not fact is this case is not against the government of Liberia, Stanton Witherspoon, and Spoon Network. No, it is not the case. So we cannot implicate the government of Liberia, President George Weah, and other people into it. This is a civil suit that was brought on by a Liberian. Two Liberian people decided that they would take their case to the court. What thing George Weah went and bring government to Spoon Talk to say, oh, let's go sue them? No, it's not the government who brought the case against him. So, you know, my people, let's not play politics with this. It's not fair. It is not good. It is not good, my people. It's not a good image for us. As we all will know, Wilmer Smith is the plaintiff. In other words, he's the one who's accusing the Spoon. And there are two defendants in this. There are two people he sued. He sued Stanton Witherspoon, who is listed. Mr. Stanton Witherspoon is listed on here as defendant number 2. And defendant number 1 is the management of Spoon TV and FM Communication Network. So there are two different people or one entity and a person being sued. So let's keep this conversation in context. Let's stick with the facts and let's leave all the politics and all the other small talking out of it. Because it is not just fair for us to do that. If we want to accuse the government, if we want to accuse President George Weah, let it be substantiated. Let's have the facts and let it be on the basis. Or let it be on a merit base. Then people from the opposition will have credibility. People from the opposition, you will be respected when you say something. Remember, people pass around, oh, Jefferson Koji. Even if you have a case against Jefferson Koji now, you are weakening your case because someone from the ledgers who accused Jefferson Koji before came and apologized. My people, you have to be strategic about how you approach these issues. Because if not so, you will turn your own right into wrong. I'm not here to make case for Jefferson Koji or the government. But if we are to accuse the government, if we are to go after the government, then let's have some substantiated facts so that when we say these things, we can look stupid, we can have funny face, and we can also appear as though we are not credible. Because even in the court of law, credibility matters. Credibility matters. You have people who woke up and say, oh, Gloria Musu's cat must be free. And they went to South Beach and they started bouncing around. What sense does that make? What sense does that make? But you see people, when Alexander Cummings was prosecuted by the law, who they admitted through Costa that they joined to go and sue and go to the law, what did they say? And are the same people who said the Liberian government, they allow the law to take its course and let follow the law. That's not true. And then they seen quote here that they have Sereno Cephas parading with Joseph Boakai as though Joseph Boakai winning some kind of trophy. He and Joseph Boakai were passing around in big old school trousers and saying that they're going to the court and they're going to make court case. And the first day they came, they passed Joseph Boakai around for a few seconds, they put in car, they came back. They make it look, I mean, what happened? What happened to the same court? What happened? What happened to the law? And at the same court that gave Joseph Boakai and the rest of the people, they're okay to run in Lofa County that they could leave from the CPP. And at the same court, my people that the same court were talking. No, that the same court we're talking about here, that different court now. Now, two people in this case are not credible people. Two people in the case are not credible people. The Wilmer Smith man and Stanton Witherspoon. They have serious credibility issue. As evidenced by that, Wilmer Smith was indicted through the GOC report. Stanton Witherspoon is currently indicted in the United States. So right there, they have credibility problem. But let's see where the problem came from for the whole spoon management issue to get into it. You see, when we understand these things and we understand the facts, then when we speak and we make the case, we make more sense. We are relying on the facts with the evidences and we go from there. Please don't allow anybody for political reasons to make you feel or think that the president is witch hunting, this other person is witch hunting, that other person is witch hunting. Every case is different. The Costa case was different. The case with Front Page Africa was different. Let's take it case by case, my people. Let's not allow these guys to use us intentionally to create disturbance. And he's saying he'll go to court. And he went to go throughout. He went to go throughout. Up to the point, you remember? His mom was not well. He had to leave the country. They were literally refusing for him to leave the country. And some of you today was praising the same court. In fact, you wanted for his passport to be turned over to the Liberian government. We now forget. And at the same court here, and not even 1 year yet. We now forget. So what is wrong with the court? Oh, it was good that time. Because United Party people were behind it. And at the same court, United Party people went to the court and they were chanting, roll, roll, when Mr. Cummings carried his wife to the court for the man to get in a car, and at the same court, you were chanting, roll, 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 roll. You didn't know today? Oh, I see your life. I see your life. I see. Oh. And at the same court, that you're celebrating, where all those who are writing criminal indicted, criminal indicted, criminal indicted, criminal indicted, criminal defense. Where are you guys? Look, my people. Let's work with the code. Let's work with the code. Let's work with the code. Like the code we got. Change the code. Vote right. Start making noise. When you're in their favor, then the code good. When you're for them, the code good. When I time for people who, what they call it, the code good. When Senator Yomli Kanga then went to the court and they gave them ruling in their favor, the court is good. When they gave the Musa Belede in their favor, the court not good. Now everybody brab in the court. You see? Hey, good. When they rule against you, then where are all the boys that were passing around criminal defendant? I want to see all my criminal defendant, man. Y'all put it on now. We better celebrate with y'all. Because I didn't go y'all with you. I didn't go with him. That the same code with him. So let's tell you what thing happened. For the TV business, the TV radio station business to be gone off. And then we'll open the line. So again, the court ruling is only 5 pages long. It's right here. I'll be reading for it. Sometimes you'll see me kind of making up words here because this screen is small and I don't want to put it on the computer here. You know, I want to make sure I'm focused on what I'm doing. Putting it on the computer will keep me a little distracted as opposed to the phone. So let's get into what really happened. First of all, the ruling from the court came down since March 10th. It came down on a Friday. The ruling. Now listen, March 10th, April 10th, May 10th, June 10th, July 10th. That's 4 months. Almost going on to 5 months now. Stanton knew about this court ruling. Spoon Network, Spoon TV knew about this court ruling. Yeah. And on this past Friday, the people not just wake up and go there this past Friday to close the station now. I want you to hear you, and I want you to listen. Because we might tussle and we tussle. Let's not look for plow where there is no plow. Let's not look for force where there is no force. 4 months you had a ruling. You who in the country, who in America, or us. You who in the Western world. You who claim to be educated, you know better. When the court send you document, and you're supposed to respond, and you're supposed to reply, and you're supposed to follow it. That's what we're supposed to do. When the court pull out a ruling for you, because you did not attend, because you did not follow, because you did not do what they say, and you driving and the policeman pull you over and check the record and they say, oh, they rule against you this. And the policeman will take the car from you and impound the car and carry you to jail. The policeman will tell you, say, oh, you need to go sit down to your horse. Well, we'll drive you to your horse. We'll go back and do what we're supposed to do. Then later on, they will tell you that. You not seen it before? They issue a ruling against you 4 months. And the policeman catches you driving. And the policeman reinforces the ruling or the law. That's something that you will say, oh, the people racist, they're against me. That's something that racist in there. that been against you? Why? It shows that you are irresponsible. You are not paying attention. They will take you to jail, or they will hold you first, put the car, they will impound the car. Before you go back to the court, regularize your status, then you can move from there. That's how it works. So you stop making this thing look like somebody is witch hunting somebody. Some people witch hunting Spoon Talk or whatever it is. Unfortunately, coincidentally, this whole court business, the ruling business, coincided with Stanton Witherspoon and his relationship with the CDC broken apart. That's it. That is the unfortunate part. That is it. And it's coincidental how it happened. But I want out of business, because when you knowingly get in business with a criminal, with people who got shady behaviors and characters, some of these things are expected. So let us stop making this look like the government witch hunted the Spoon Talk. Let me tell you the background information from the court ruling. Here's the background information. Hold on, folks. I will take my own time today. There will be no interruption. On January 6th, the writ of summons was issued against the first and second defendant at 5 p.m. by the Honorable Court. Listen, January 6, 2023, the writ of summons was issued. But listen, anytime you hear defendant number 1 and defendant number 2, let me tell you who defendant number 1s are and who defendant number 2 are. Defendant number 1 and number 2, let me tell you who they are. Defendant number 1 is the Spoon TV Communication Network. Defendant number 2 is Mr. Stanton Witherspoon. So anytime you hear this defendant number 1, defendant number 2, replace them by those names. Let's move fast forward. The first time they issued a writ or summons was January 6, 2023. The writ was only served to the first defendant. That is the management of Spoon TV and FM Communication Network. The first defendant, listen, the first defendant filed. The first writ was issued January 1st. It was only issued. You listen, that means they were only able to give it to the first defendant, then give it to the second defendant. And there's a reason why they never give it to the second defendant. You listen to this, my people, you please listen, because this is important, but also interesting. From January 6th to January 2nd to January 16th, the first defendant responded to the writ, which is Spoon Management, Spoon TV Communication Network. Now listen. The second defendant could not be found in the bailiwick of the Republic of Liberia, and the address also is unknown to the plaintiff. The reason why the second defendant, Stanton Witherspoon, did not get his own writ is because, please listen to this, it's because he does not have a physical address in Liberia. But he is known to be in the United States. He is also in the know of this lawsuit. Now, here's the issue of Stanton tricking you and lying to you that he turned over the CEO ship and the company or whatever it is. I want you to sit and think, or go back and look for the video. When did Stanton turn over this whole CEO Spoon Network management team? When? And at January said they issued the first writ. And at January says, Henry will be right back, folks. And let's look at the timeline. And at January 6th, they issued a rate. When I want for somebody to think, or I want for somebody to put on here, if you can really recall, when the Stanton resigned, and we'll talk about resignation too, as CEO of the Spoon Talk, when? I'll wait. We'll discuss the facts. I'll wait. When? Hey, my people are waiting for you. You're telling me that when I'm begging you, when somebody will pick it up, because I don't want to go that way. When? It was way after, January 6th. Way after January 6th. After he got indicted by the United States, he still played hardball and hardmouth, came on the show, still calling himself CEO. The public pressure. Thank you, Lucretia. Thank you so much. Somebody will get the exact date because somebody will go back to the video. So you see? So long time, he was still the CEO when, in fact, it came. So you see how this thing is working. But let's come back to him resigning. Let's keep all factor constant. Did he resign in his mouth? Did he resign? Because you can resign in your mouth. That one thing you can resign in your head too. That's what it has to be documented. Is there documentary evidence that he resigned officially and legally? You think coming on a show because of public pressure to say you are resigning means that you will be automatically forgiven or forgotten about the case that you were implicated in? Most recently, Dominion sued Fox News. Tucker Carlson, even though he got fired or he got let go from Fox News. So because he got fired or let go from Fox News will say, oh, no, the lawsuit fired the guy, will let him go. So we're not responsible. We're not taking any responsibility for it. And people here, wake up, man. We're in the 21st century. We're in 2017. But let's move fast forward. Because this is important and interesting for us to know. So Stanton Witherspoon did not respond. After 10 days, when the writ was issued, defendant number 1 responded. Stanton didn't respond. Y'all hold on. Let me, like I told you, I would take them. Because the sheriff's returns an application was made for a resummon, and the same approved by the Honorable Court to resummon, to write a rate of resummon, and it was issued out to the court for the second defendant. So on January 17, 11 days after the first rate was issued for Stanton, Stanton did not respond again. On January 17, he did not respond to the January 17 communication. But listen, please listen. They issued him 2 rates. He knew about both rates. He never responded to all 2 of them. January 6, January 17. The court never stopped. And we're reading what the court said. That court document we're reading here, and that's something we'll make up. I want to show people knee on here before you can't be what they call it, because some of you can screenshot your all that computer thing, and so and I don't want nothing with you. Because we get some gossip on them watching from behind there. We're looking at you too. And you all let the gossip. Now listen. So what the court decided to do, said that they didn't know his address and he was acting like he knew what's going on too. And he didn't see the rate. He knew about it when he knew about it. The court decided Oh, hold on. They will publish. But listen. They will publish the rate in the newspaper. February 10 to February 16, they publish the rate in the newspaper. And that's how it's supposed to be. That the steps you're supposed to follow. When the court send you a summer and you play games, you know, they will put you in other news in the newspaper. They'll bring you other news now. In the newspaper, they will bring you in other news. And you will be in the newspaper. So they brought him in the newspaper. When they brought him in the newspaper, which you already know the case was ongoing, you not pay attention to it again. On February 27 again, they put him in newspaper again. So you think that only in America stand on famous for court cases? Labrador too inside in news in Labrador. That big board now, you know, crook people now. So that big board, that big crook, that international and local crook. Stand on that international and local crook. I say international and local crook. So in newspaper, in on news everywhere, that I may want to Labrador community to be a renowned crook. They put in newspaper in Labrador again. They put in newspaper in Labrador. He's checking all around, passing around, talking foolishness. That who's will listen to that foolishness? Seeking public sympathy on foolish things. After they did all of those things, because of time, I will not go through all of the steps that they went through. And all of the publication numbers are here, everything here. The court say, send a guy out in there. You don't know what's going on, you want to dodge the thing, you want to play games. You not follow all the steps. Now we're about to take our decision. This is what the court decided. Spoon Management Network went to the court and they said the court might deal with them separately. They might not put them with Spoon. But that's not true. Because that was the plan that came out with behind closed door. That his Spoon will ignore that because he doesn't live in Liberia and there will be no case against him and so forth and the other one. But he's the owner of the Spoon Network. He forgot to know that. The same way how he forgot to know that he thought he was playing the system in America, but it will catch up with him. You think he's smart. That the people that want a platform that he can play, that then he can use. The people that call in the net for money bidding and suck up to him, that then he can use. He understands that there are people who understand better than him. There are people who are thinking way in front of him. So he didn't see the war coming. So he came on, I don't see CEO again. I relinquished the day as people passing around. Oh, CEO gave us his title finally. Oh, congratulations, CEO. We wish you the best. So hypocrite, liars. No congratulations. That was a crook move. And I just look at you, I just laugh on this thing. I didn't bother even knowing. You think you smart? You really think you smart? You really think you smart? And you pushing a court case in America in front. And I tell you before, the sooner you handle the thing, if you saw you 100 years, brother, all the time you're delaying, telling people that you want to propagate a message for Joseph Boakai to win election, you will cry tears in jail. You will be loser twice. Watch and see. Ain't not listening to advice. Watch and see. And one of the first Labrador men to ever tell you in public that they own your case. That I told you that in August, I said they own your case. I told you, you're not listening. I can't tell you something today. You will listen to it, I'll tell you today. When I finish with the reading, I will tell you something that can happen to you. You will listen, Stanton. You will listen. You'll see nothing here. You think you cook? You think you understand some things? They see where they get one partner fooling Costa. That they see vision and he passing around, inflating your hair, making himself look funny in the town. And they see where that medicine man fooling you, brother. You don't understand some things there. You know what you're talking. They're fooling you. They're fooling you big time. Go eat your time. Gently respect yourself and move on. And yet, go eat your time. Gently respect yourself and move on. Yeah, you think I joke? Watch and see. So, this is what Stanton Spoon Network Management decided to do. Y'all listen to this. Quote, wherefore, and in view of the there foregoing, the counsel defendant prays your honor and this honorable court to set aside dismissal order sticking from the record of the honorable court application made by the plaintiff because sin was made in bad faith, and grant unto the defendant all the further that your honor and his honorable court may deem legal and just under the premise and submits. Basically, they were asking the court to not join two of them together, Spoon Network and Spoon this. No. Is that you say they must sue Seku? They must sue Seku, but they must not sue SKTV. You gotta be smoking something. So something got someone a wire or screw can be disconnected. So you think that way. Oh, they must sue them separately, separate entity. You're right. Let's come to the court ruling, man. So the court reminded them on January 6th, they sent all the from the Stanton, and Stanton refused to show faith. Somebody said, well, on March 1st, that he decided to resign from Spoon Talk after there was so many pressure. And it was around the same time that he and his friend broke apart. Right after that, because they had a serious misunderstanding in the chat room. And I get text message from the chat room, from that chat room. That's why I can speak to the fact the way I speak to you. We are in the chat room now. We don't want get it. We don't want look. Let me tell you something. We don't want it in our chat room. We know even today we know nothing going on in our chat room. I stay in that chat room. I say, and you're gonna do nothing. Nobody can remove me from there. We know nothing going on in that chat room. Your legs there can go change the chat room. We stay connected in that chat room. Don't forget about that. So we can be in chat room. We know nothing going on there. Like chat room. I didn't want to tell anything that way your space or something. But let's get to the issue here. Let's get to the issue. So the court said they can't agree. Listen to the court ruling, the last ruling the court gave them before they could kind of shut it down. Listen to the last ruling. After they finished asking for the court to separate them and do it differently, and they might go after Spoon and not come after the network and whatever, the court said that scam. The court said that not true. Nobody stupid here, what the court said. But listen to what the court, how the court said nobody stupid here in another terms. Wherefore, and in view of the foregoing, it is the consideration, opinion of this court that first defendant is the Spoon management. First defendant does not have the standing and the capacity to raise issue for and on behalf of the second defendant. The first defendant, even though they're saying in one place they must separate there, but they won't make case for Stanton Witherspoon too and make excuses for him. They go say that not true. Nobody's too big yet. First defendant does not have the standing and the capacity to raise issue for and on behalf of second defendant. And that based on the fact that second defendant is not in the bailiwick of the Republic of Liberia. The parties cannot be tried together. Hence, this case is ruled to trial, and it is hereby ordered. So that they co-order then say on a nobody's stupid here. Why they go to them? They go to them on their own. Nobody's stupid here. They need to put their life together. That's why you see that whole thing got closed the other day. My recommendation to them, they'll go to the court. You'll start making noise. Get a lawyer. You'll go to the court. Plead your case. If you win a case, the station will be open. You don't win a case, the station will be closed. Simple. Why you gotta be passing around making all the noise? Why you gotta be passing around making all this noise? And I hear one of my friends saying, "What's my joy?" Stanton Witherspoon, spoon toss, shut down does not determine my joy. Whether it's not shut down, it doesn't determine my joy. I'm who I am. I decide when to be happy and when not to be happy. Nothing is contingent on my joy. I decide that because I know I have the ability to decide that. So my joy is a continuous joy. And I let you, and other sycophant who passing around, you sad because they close Stanton Witherspoon because they're talking about sleepy, they're lying for Sleepy Joe. And I let you. I could care less. I could care less whether the station open or not. That's not my business. What didn't concern me. What concern me is the rule of law. And some of you will not be passing around and be a lying crooks and liars and indicted people and making excuses for them. Some of you shameless mothers and fathers who are doing that. How do you look at your children in the face? When you read a newspaper in the United States, you born your children here, and you see a man who fraudulently undermine the United States health care system, and you passing around making excuses for him. You got to be special crazy to do that. And some of you need to understand that. Some of you need to understand that you are a disgrace. You are a disgrace. And that the same healthcare system, when you're sick, you can go to. When you're sick in a hospital, you can go to. In a doctor, then you can go to. You get a man who fraudulently undermine the healthcare system in this country. And our nurses that will take your vital signs, and our nurses that will report to the doctor your conditions so that you can be treated appropriately. You want to question me? You should be questioning your ability to stand by somebody who crook the entire healthcare system. You should be questioning that. You should be questioning that. You should be questioning your political leader who takes money from this fraudulent man who defrauded the United States government. That's why you should be questioning. You're supposed to question me? You're supposed to question me? All of us should be, look, all of us should be pissed off. And even asking the American government to ask the man to shut his mouth and sit down somewhere. That's what we should be doing. You're passing around, taking side, we take this side, we only one, we on that one, you only one. I stand with it one, I stand with that one, I stand with it. Shameful people, disgraceful people. You want any kind of nurse that don't know what she's doing or not know what he's doing to take care of you or to take care of your children or your pa or your mom? Do you want that? That's what you want? No, me, I don't want that. A man who come to the country where other people are struggling. You are waking up doing 8 hours to put food on the table for your children. This man is fraudulently destroying and creating serious problem for the future in this country of the healthcare system. And you pass around, you have the audacity to ask me? Something got to be seriously wrong with you. All of you who celebrate Stanton Witherspoon, something got to be seriously wrong with y'all. You think that your myopic way of thinking everything about your politics. You think this is political? You think this is politics? Stanton running for any office? Stanton running for office? Let's keep the facts to where they should be. And the facts are Stanton is a dangerous species. Unremorseful, unrepentant crook. If I were him, I would shut my mouth and sit down and focus on the kids. But he passing around with Drafe and Hammer. You think I labroye. And when we talk, some of you won't come be passing around. You think I own that fully level, eh? I'm not on that level. I'm not on that level. I'm not on that level. So you better put yourself together before you better ask fully question. You just go on the network and go asking that question. Why you can't ask him? Do you know what's going on? Do you really know what's going on in the healthcare system here? Do you know how much taxpayer money that has to be invested to spend? Do you know how I struggle to get nurses to even participate in one of my studies? Do you know? Because of the shortage of nurses? Do you know? Do you know how many families have been ruined? Because some of them knowingly or unknowingly went and took a fraudulent degree. Some of them can't even provide for their children today because their licenses are revoked. Some of them are under investigation because of the criminal dubious act of Stanton Witherspoon. And you want to come and sing song to me here? Better put yourself together. Anyway, let's try to take some calls. You got the whole Stanton thing here. Stanton is a crook. He's a liar. Wilmer Smith. I'm not in his defense. I'm not going to make case for him. He is still in the same category. But let's not make this political. Let's stick with the facts where they are. Stanton should have been responsible enough to respond. He knew about this case. He knew it. It's not hitting. He knew about it, and this is where the facts are. We can't play these kind of little games. While he was telling Mr. Cummings and other people to go to court, you knew he was in court. Why you couldn't go to court? Why you couldn't send a representation? What didn't buy about that? Going to court does not automatically mean you are guilty. That's not what it means. But you can also ignore the court or the law and say that nothing will happen to you because you are above the law. We should be having these conversations. Yeah, so we'll sit down and be, that means we'll sit down and be waiting. And shut my mouth and be playing by your little game. I'm not inside that thing with you. The people that who inside with you, you'll be inside with them. Me and not inside with nobody. Me and nobody on that level. Me and nobody on that level. You're a crook, you're a criminal, you do something bad, go face the law. Simple. Don't come recruit people to come make it look like you are doing something good and they can and they destroy your thing and they shut the station down. This is what you want to make it look like. And that is not the truth. That is not the truth. That is not the truth. So these are the things that we need to be discussing. The truth is, he thought he would have gotten with this. He refused to respond, even though he knew that this day was coming. And Stanton even told you more than one time that they will close the station. He told you you're not just paying attention because you're politically charged and mesmerized to the fact that somebody telling you, giving your signs and signal, you're ignoring it. The same way we are telling you that Joseph Boakai is not good for the country. You're passing around, you're making noise. We're telling you that Jeremiah Kun was indicted. We're telling you that Jeremiah Kun was denied visa. You're passing around, you're cursing us. You're cursing us. It's not any problem. The same way how we told you, Yomli Kanga Lawrence needed to pay that her due. And we told you, if she didn't pay the due, it will impact her ability to be the political leader of the party. And even her status in the party. We told you on the same platform. And you curse us. And you curse us. Then we're supposed to sit down and we'll see the thing coming. We shouldn't say it. No, we're talking in advance. So yes, we'll go to Henry to go to Liberia and see if we can take 1 or 2 calls to get people's reaction to this. Let us now make this political, my people. And then we'll also have our first caller from the US here. Henry, it's up to you. If you have the phone, to please take 1 or 2 calls for us, please. We can't hear you, Henry. I think you're muted. Hold on, let me unmute you. We can't hear you. Henry, can you please unmute? I'm trying to unmute you here. We can't hear you. Can you unmute yourself? Henry, unmute yourself.
Thank you,
Okay.
Steve. Thank you.
Sure.
It's been quite interesting, actually. Thank you for scratching all of these points. You know, we will have to stop talking and then think about 2 or 10 to know what kind of a decision to make. You know, I've been following you closely. And then you stress on a lot of points. And then there's an opportunity that our online viewers can be straight to the point. It's not about you love your party so much and then looking at the truth, you know, and then you start to say some insulting words. You throwing jabs. I see too many people throwing jabs at each other, which of course it is not right. So thank you. Thank you so much. Let's now get to the callers and see how best they can send their input on the discussion. As you may be aware, there is the SKTV here with the man Steve. And my name is Heron Jada, driving you up to 8 o'clock. So it's now time you form part of the discussion. So you can place in your call to 07770 17635. 07770 17635. 07770 17635 is the number to call. So, hello, to this caller, how are you? Hello? Calling from where? You live?
You open my phone.
Yeah, we're not hearing him. Henry, is everything okay?
You there? Hello? Yes. To this caller, hello. How are you? Okay. Your name and from where you calling? Steve, you getting?
Yeah, it's low. I can.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much. Indeed. Okay. So you can also place your call into
Yeah, can you
0775
make it a little audible? Can you tell him to speak a
Yes.
little louder, please?
0775 02776. You can place in your call to that number also, and then we'll get you live. 0775 02776. 0775 02776. You can also place in your call to that number. So let's get back to the line, pick up this caller. Good evening. Okay, straight to the point now. 1 minute.
We're still not hearing this person. The volume is low.
Okay, the volume is low there. Hold you there. I'll go to this caller. Hello. To this caller, how are you? Hello. 0770027776. So this caller, hello. I'm doing okay. What's about you? Hello.
Yeah, I'm Christian Molova calling from West.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually want to speak on the issue that the mayor was trying to.
Steve, you get in?
You know, the United Party people, they don't know what to say. They are very confused people. President speak to nations, president, they feel like president came from Israel. The man spoke to the press. The man was in Buchanan yesterday. He spoke to the city. I don't know what right one for the president to do. The people, they don't have no strategy. People, they are still politicians. They are spying the country. They are made the country look terrible. The president tries to put the country together. I don't really know what they really want the men to do. All men, they want to bury him. It can't happen. They behind the whole family. They want almost to die. They don't even
Okay, thank you. So this caller, hello.
Hello?
Kindly lower the volume of your monitor.
Hello?
You live.
Yes. You getting me?
Go ahead.
Yes, I like the talk show. Like what somebody say, you gotta learn how to be balanced. And the other side is something that going to trample is Alexander Comey for a gay relationship. So you gotta really keep asking to clarify or to clear the air that he's part of gay or he's not part of gay. So you gotta talk about that also.
Okay.
So many people going away because of that.
Okay, thank you. Hello. I will cut you off. Kindly lower the radio. Kindly lower the radio. So this caller, how are you? Okay, there hear you. Okay, thank you so much. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
How are you?
Thank you very much. My name is Steve Patrick. We are going to join you tonight from Sofia District 4. We need to be able to many listeners.
To the point.
And I sat so quietly and listening to your family. Look, Steve, like brother will never go back to those days where people used to be cajoled by people like you to come and get some big information and they believe you. Steve, for where we are now, we're not singing for people who can sit in America and get all and go and do bluffing around, move from club to club. So what Stephen Spoon is doing for this nation, look, Steve, you can't do a inch. There's a man who has provided job for Liberians and they are working for people and he's happy to send their children to school.
Okay, they are working for people and sending their children to school. That's what you there.
Who know you? Let's talk about who. Who cares about you?
So this caller, hello.
Hello?
How are you?
Yeah, this is Ascoti. Yeah, your family too is something. I think when you go to the disco, you have to calm down with the disco or you lie on the jaw causing on a cause. You're rooting for the jaw, you did not cause. So you shouldn't catch two people in like where you are resolved.
Okay, thank you so much. Indeed, we are resolved. So this caller, hello. How are you? To the point.
Yeah, I just want to tell you, still get the lobby to get
Indeed.
reality, but they will not overthink because their mind are already, they are already sick. So their mind already made up because they are old men who don't have plans for the future. So you should not be deterred. You continue to call the religion and say the fact.
Okay. You should not be deterred. Okay. So this caller, hello.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. What's about you?
I'm okay.
Okay. Let hear you.
I'm still calling my ears every year.
Okay.
The fact about what you said about school is true. Yeah, because in try to bypass the justice and which is bad. But closing down a station will not change our mind to vote Joe. Father is our next president.
Okay, indeed. To this caller.
Hello,
How are you?
how is that?
You live.
Yeah, I told you again, I do come from the borough. You know, the issue is good. And what I want to say on the show is when people call and they are on your side, you give them, let them try to talk on what call and they are on the other side.
No. When you call, you try to be insultive when I keep you on the line. Hello?
You have to balance yourself as it relates to how you predict. You know that you have to predict. Hello?
You getting me?
Yeah, we know that.
Listen to me now. Listen to me. Just listen to me. Hello? You listen to me? Hello? Hello? How are you? Indeed, you are live. Okay. The man's name is Steve. The man's name is Steve. Okay, thank you indeed. It is about turntable. Hello? Yes. Okay, Steve, I think we'll hold it there and then try to respond to some of the callers.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much. Henry, I thank you for taking those calls. First of all, I want to say thanks to everybody for calling. I think the most important thing is to get the message across, and the message is clear. Whether you want to make excuses, you want to make this out of a political gimmick, or want to fool yourself and try to fool other people about the facts. The facts are the facts. And I think it's about time that we wake up. Whether I say it in a slow tone, whether I say it in an easy voice, whether I try to even be, calm or whatever about it, some of you have already made up your mind. You are only looking for excuses. And that's fine. You can make excuses all your lives. That's okay. That is your choice. But what I will not do, I want to be clear. I will not change the way I'm saying it. It will never happen. So if you don't want to hear the way I'm saying it, that is your business. The way I'm saying it, I stand by it, I stick by it, and I will continue to say it this way. If you're looking for a reason to not do what is right, that's your business. What do you concern me in that? If you can talk in a slow tone or you can be passionate about things, that is your business. If you think I'm angry on what I'm saying, that is your business too. But the fact of the matter is, you got the message. The fact that you can come here and say, the thing what the man saying is good, the thing what the man saying that you, but you got to be moderate. And I'm being moderate for fun. Let me tell you today. I want you to hear you. I'm not changing the way I'm talking. It will never change. And I'm not doing that thing where you call balance or have a balanced conversation because you criticize John, so you got to criticize Paul. That is not true. If there is something to criticize on, we'll criticize on it. Is Cummings wearing goggle? And President John, we have said that Bwaka wearing goggle and sleeping. So I was also say, kind of say, oh, Cummings been wearing goggle too. Like your form of balance. That's what you call balance. What do you call balance? What do you call balance? Your own balance is Cummings never worked in government before. Bwaka and Jowia work in government. They have a record in the government that they've worked on. When we talk about it, then we got to come and create something and lie on Cummings and say, oh, Cummings work. Okay. How you call balance? You keep that balance in your head. Because that your balance, that's what balance is. If there is nothing to criticize about, I will not criticize, I will not make up things. I will not lie. If you won't be in your la business, you're going to look for station and where they can be la to you. I will continue to say the way like this. I will continue to talk like this. I've been speaking English for all my life. I can speak English and French. And now you're coming to teach me how to speak English. The way I'm saying it, I will continue to say. In fact, you enjoying how I'm saying it, why you stay on the radio. If you're not enjoying it a long time, you're not calling the radio. But the fact that you still listening to me, that means you enjoy what I'm saying. And you like what I'm saying. The only thing about it is, you want me to say it your way. But I'm not you. You're not me. So how can you tell me to say it your way? I'm not saying it your way yet. I want you to hear it. I'm not changing the way I'm saying it. But I'll get to the other issue really quick. Let's get to Donald Cheer before the people leave the radio. That means so say I'm changing the way I talk. I used to teach me how to speak English. I used to tell me what I was saying in public. I will say it generally. I will say it like this and I will continue to say it like this. I'm not changing it. If your things I will change it, you wasting your time. You will be all you waiting for it. I beg you. I'm not changing it. I get to the issue. Donald Cheer is currently in support of the CDC-led government. Somebody trying to distract me. The person here, I won't let it. No, don't do this, I beg you. Don't do this. I don't have time for everything. Don't do this. Don't do this. Donald Cheer switched to the CDC. Honor our laws and constitution. Donald Cheer was named back then on a team Cummings. Honor our law and constitution. People have freedom of association. Donald Cheer and any other Liberian has the right to support who they want to support. If I were in a Cummings camp, if I were advising Cummings, this is good news for them. Because Donald Cheer, when the list was brought up, was one of the people that plenty of people questioned. I myself questioned it. Openly, I questioned it. He was one of the characters on the list that I questioned. So Donald Cheer leaving from there, those who are calling on, you see how these people are confused. Y'all complain about Donald Cheer being on the main team. Donald Cheer is not on the main team again. Then y'all complain why he's not on the team? What sense does that make? You complain about Donald Cheer being on the team. Donald Cheer decided to leave the team. Whether he ate Cummings' money, whether he didn't eat Cummings' money, whether he fooled Cummings, whether he didn't fool Cummings, why should you be pissed off? Why are you looking for a reason to create something? I thought now you should be rejoicing and say maybe that was one of the reasons I didn't support Cummings. Now that he's not there, I won't go to support Cummings. This is to tell you that these people are inherently confused. They will look for you say, I don't want to do. Somebody come and take a woman from you. Then you feel why somebody got to come take a woman from you? Then that means you still want a woman? Cummings who? Donald Cheer on a team, he not very. He not complain. CPP now complain. ANC now complain. Liberty Party now complain. What is United Party for complaining for? What is CDC for complaining for? What is the issue? What is the issue? My only question to other people is this. Y'all who left, who are supporting Cummings, because Dana Che. They were Dana Che and then you all support Cummings. They all come out to support Cummings. This is why I said people will always look for reason to do things, especially with the Liberian people. We like to look for reasons to not do what is right. We can make all the excuses in the world. Okay, Dana Che and then Dana Che got right to switch parties. He can go anywhere he wants to go. What's wrong with that? And Jeremiah Kun was supporting CDC for 5 years and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Since March, he decided to switch. And United Party people welcome him. That he's right. Why should that be your case? Why should that be an issue? Why should that be an issue? I don't know. If I were in a United Party or I was supporting the United Party or advising them, I would not even tell my surrogate to even speak about this. Because the Cummings camp could come out and say we didn't want Dana Che anymore. The Cummings people could make it out of a big news strategically. But what y'all saying? What is going on? Why y'all gotta be first? Oh, I see. You're jealous because Dana Che did not join y'all. And y'all say Dana Che are rebel. When y'all get rebel leader who killed president on TV, Prince Johnson, who is poised to be, who is your VP nominee. Because Braga won't talk about anybody who can talk. Let it tell one larger Jeremiah who ever talk when you're in the House of Representatives. When you're always a main co-chair. When? I'll wait. I will wait. So, I mean, my people, I don't think there should be an issue. Dana Che leaving the CPP should be a plus for the CPP as opposed to the way people want to print it. It's just like the same twatted, distorted, confused ideology that pass around with. Oh, and the 70K, Cummings got to kind of explain the 70K. Cummings got to kind of explain the 70K. It don't make any sense. The 70K was never public money. The person was apprehended and turned to the law. What you expected Cummings to do, what you expected CPP to do, take law into their own hands, let the wire can take law into your hands? That's not what you do in a civilized society. The man was apprehended, turned over to the police. The government now or the police has the right to take them over. And I'm reliably informed that if Stanton won his station back, he got to post a bond and go to court. The station will be on in the meantime while the bond is being posted, why they're working on the court case. But it doesn't mean that the court case is going away. So, I mean, my people, these are distorted things in conversation. Dana Che has the right to leave. Yeah, somebody said, I wanted a fool in America. And I get problem. I leave fools in America.
Cool road people.
I tell you, I don't understand how people. So, I mean, my people will open the line here for maybe one or two more calls just before Henry leaves us. But Henry, what is your take, though? Let's use the next few minutes for you, and then I will stay on the line with the diaspora people for a few minutes. Let's close up on your thoughts, and then maybe you can take away. Please don't say anything to put you in a situation you can't handle in our play. I beg you.
Yeah, Steve. I will not do so. But let me say thank you. Like I said, election is near, right? The future of our children depends on the decision we make on election day. For a better Liberia, it depends on the kind of decision we make on October 10th. It's not about how Steve sit down and then he talk. It's not about the kind of a context in which Steve speaks to the problem, but the decision he can make. Maybe Steve is angry. Steve tired seeing Liberian suffering. So he may say in a harsh tone, but you have to make the decision, right? So my closer will be like, this is an opportunity. Like I found in the comments, you see too many people. I don't know why. People always like politicizing things, and they're like they're talking, insulting. It will not help you. it will not help you. The abusive wars will not help you. The 3 letters wars will not help you. Why you can think of it? Think about Liberia. If even you are not in Liberia, you're in America, think that you having a family in Liberia. Right? When they are like, every time you feel people calling to America, send me money because they are suffering here. So all of these things speaks to the issue that Liberia will become a good country tomorrow, that your people that reside within Liberia, may enjoy Liberia, that citizen will know definitely that indeed they are part of the country. Right? So Steve, nothing much actually, man. It's been quite interesting. Thank you for all the information you've been giving us. Thank you so much. I do appreciate your time. Thank you so much, Steve. So, nothing much actually.
Thank you so much, Henry.
Yeah.
We'll finish up the collection tomorrow, and then we will definitely, I don't know, somebody on the line?
Yeah.
Yeah, take a call. Take 1 or 2 calls before you can go out, baby, if we still have time.
Okay, so you can place in your call, maybe about 5 callers. We can take 5 callers and then call your day. So 077017635 is the number to call and then form part of the discussion here on the SKTV. 077701765. You can place in your call and then form part of the discussion. Today's caller. Be very brief and to the point. Hello. How are you? To the point. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. 077701765. 077701765. Hello to this caller. How are you? Okay. Okay, thank you. 021701765. Yeah. Hello, how are you? Okay, 50-50 share. Yeah. 021701765. We take maybe just 2 calls and then call you a day. Hello. Okay, to the point.
Well, can we hear them say? I can't hear that person who said the people that aren't hearing it, but it's okay.
All right, Steve. I think we'll close up there. Actually.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you, Alice. You stay over time. Thank you. Oh, we have a call here from the US. Let's get this call. We'll stay on here for the next 5-10 minutes. Thank you so much, Henry. Good day, and see you tomorrow by the grace of God.
Okay.
Well, thanks to the team there in Liberia from True FM. Thank you so much. Guys, the number is on the shoe here. You can put in your call. Your caller, what's your name? Where you calling from, please?
My name is Napoleon Sosu. Steve, thank you for taking my call.
Mm-hmm.
Something we trying to forget about here is that, we that live in the U.S., they always call, if you are educated, they call you a Congo man. And Omen Boyka have been using the travel politics. Something we need to understand here is that I think we saw Alexander Cummings' father picture recently. We need to amplify that Omen Boyka should show us or tell us where his parents are from. And we need to see his father picture as well. Because these are things that they're trying to make us to forget about, and they brought about it. So now they have to surface so that we can see where his parents are from.
All right. That's a fair question or a fair request.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Folks, if you have my number, you want to call, we'll be on here for the next 5 to 10 minutes. And we'll call it a day. As you can see, I'm ready to jump in bed. As you can see me, I can go to sleep sound. When I finish talking, I go to sleep. And it's not personal to me. That you can be saying, oh, you're emotional, and you this, and you that. It's not personal to me. That you are personal to me. Because like, you all want jobs. Me, on that level. You. So we'll be on here for the next. I got a missed call from someone. I know all the calls are routed to Sickle probably for asleep. Yes, you're on the show. Hello?
I know. Yeah, but I'm already in the bed already.
Yeah, but you call. You're good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm already in it. I'm in a very noisy area right now.
Okay, I'll just return your call. Thank you. So, folks, we will try to wrap it up. Like I said, I know Sickle's tired. We were up this morning after the events last night. So it's been a long weekend and a long night. But hey, tomorrow we'll be on. For sure. We'll be on tomorrow. Let me say this to all of us. That tomorrow, say later on when I woke up, it's not too late. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to go get my goggle. I need to wear my own goggle too. We'll do the goggle challenge. Everybody got to wear goggle. Nobody's today yet. We'll wear goggle. We'll wear goggle. So, thank God President Joe, we have brought it up. We'll not talk about it, but we'll wear our goggle. So if you see me tomorrow in my goggle, and I post my picture, please don't take it personal. Oh, Ben, hold on 1 second, I'm getting no call. Yes, Ben, you on the show. I stay here. I'm just about to close. Hello?
Yeah, I'm Chairman. How are you?
Yeah, Chairman. What's up?
Remember, what are you really fighting for getting on the Gogu story?
Yeah, my man, I saw you eating goggle, so tomorrow I got to go buy my own goggle.
Yeah, my man, go buy your own Gogu, that's where I want Gogu. Only where I want Gogu. Great show. I've been listening to the show. This is a very interesting week coming up.
Yes.
And we're going to be monitoring. We have a lot of, obviously, I mean, when you come in the closing argument, in fact, I will count SCTV next week. I think they're my commitment right now.
Yeah.
When you come in the closing argument, because when they say we don't count last
so let me make my commitment. I'm available tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, that works something out.
Yeah, I have a meeting. I have a meeting in the morning. Right after my meeting, I'll be free in the afternoon. So maybe I could join you guys.
Very good. Yeah, because we are talking about a good story, and there's a lot of things happening. But listen, I listen to you. I agree with you. I think that we have to step the pressure up. There's a lot of dishonesty when it comes to the Unity Party. I think I'm very clear on the Unity Party issue. The CDC thing, I always tell people, the CDP war with the CDC, that 2-week war. When we meet CDC in the runoff, we had a conversation with them. I'm not worried about. I subscribe to what Chairman Ability say. I'm not going to worry about wasting my time to be talking about things I got worried. I'm not going to the Unity Party people. And mean, I don't understand what is this. Why are they so upset about the Gogu issue? You know, and you say you're getting your own Gogu through, man.
Yes, I am. I'm committing to the Gogu challenge here. You know, the president started it. And like I said, Ben, I'll disagree with the president on other issues. But one of the places I support the president is the president understands politics. He knows when to take shots. No, let's be honest. He knows when to take shots, and he understands the rule of engagement. He knows that when he comes to speak in public, he's not going to let them pass. What about Alexander Cummings? They don't want to be playing safe, and you know what I mean? They don't know when to. Donald Trump, Biden, all these people want to go, you know, time for these rallies and these meetings and anything. You use that opportunity, and you saw how the president strategically mobilized the bases and got him fiery. That's what it's about. That's part of it. But I don't see that happening from the opposition. I want to ask you a quick question, Chairman Ben Senvi, because you are with the CPP and the Liberty Party at large. I see the United Party jumping on the departure or the leaving of Donald Chia. They're celebrating it. They're bouncing around with it. What do you say to the United Party and other people who said because of Donald Chia being on the team, they wouldn't support Tim Cummings or they wouldn't support Alexander Cummings anymore? What do you say to them at this point?
Well, how can the United Party be talking about Donald Chia when they have Prince Johnson sitting there? You know, they've been trying hard. I got some information the other day. They've been trying hard to have Prince Johnson in the background. If you notice, most of the program they've been going through, they've been putting Prince Johnson Chia in the back. Have you been noticing that?
Yes.
Until the other day, I think they were in Campley or somewhere. Prince Johnson, you saw he moved from in the back, he came in the front, he started dancing. He told them, he said, y'all will marry me. Y'all can marry me and then you'll be keeping me in the back. You know? So that Daniel Chia thing is a lot of noise at the end of the day. It's just noise because at the end of the day, it is what it is. What the CPP has in Basel is what everybody wanted in Basel. The CPP has a candidate, a vice presidential candidate on the ticket in Basel, and they have Bazanga Finlay. When you have Finlay and Bromsky combining together, I can tell you, look, first of all, the race in the Basel belt is between CDC and the CPP. Let's be honest. If you know that George Weah has linkage to the Basel people because his mom is from River Sets.
Right.
So even in 2017, I can tell you as chairman of the Liberty Party, George Weah got, I think, about 15 or something thousand votes for the Grand Bassa County. So which is not, now I don't know what is going to look like this time, but I do know one of the things that hurt us a lot in Grand Bassa County in the last election was the fact that there was this war between Charles Bromsky and Bazanga Finlay. Right. And if you notice, even when Joe Boyga was getting ready to pick his running mate, we were very anxious and afraid for him to pick Bazanga Finlay. If you have Bazanga Finlay and Charlene combining together now, I can tell you the CPP is going to win the basketball belt. I know that. I mean, I'm speaking to people. I was just talking to somebody from the CDC or Harvard. I was speaking to one of the CDC people who they actually in Basel right now. The president leaving Basel, and they were very transparent with me. They told me, they said, "My man, look, we just coming here to see what we can get out of here, right? Because we know this place, you know, with Charlene, and then let's also not forget the Basel people feel like they owe Charlene." Right. Because of her father. When you add that on with Bazanga Finlay, because where we have never been strong in Basel is Buchanan. And that's where Bazanga Finlay is extremely strong. So take all of those metrics into the conversation. And that's why I said, I'm waiting to see the United Party's pathway. I can give you the CDC pathway to enter with the CPP pathway to enter with the runoff at East States. I can give it to you. I can wake up in the morning and I can give it to you. I know we're going to do extremely well in Montserrado County. I believe we're going to win Montserrado County. Now, I don't know how big it's going to be because originally Montserrado County is where Cummings has a lot of strong support base because I know what he did to us in 2017, the Liberty Party. Taking into consideration a lot of the disenchantment, I know the CPP is going to do extremely well in Montserrado. I know we're going to win the Basel belt, right? We're going to be competitive in Bronx County because let's also not forget that, Steve, it's not about winning counties. This is not an electoral college. Right. That's where the Unity Party people, and now I keep telling them, they will cry that the people cheated them when the election results come out. They will say, oh, it was a plan for Ellen Johnson. Say, they know Ellen now, her niece in the mouth. They will say, Ellen, they already went and lied. My former network phone when they put us on stupid lies, say, oh, how Ellen was the one who made a U.S. ambassador to leave Liberia because she wants to support the CPP and the CDC, right?
Mhm.
I know the Unity Party. They are setting the stage to craft foul. I said it the other day on the closing argument, Steve. I saw two political parties that had a plan during voter registration. You know, I was in Liberia. I went and registered and voted. I registered to vote. Two political institutions that had a plan, right? Two political institutions that had a plan during voter registration. It was the CDC and the CPP. United Party were passing around, acting like they said they had already won the election like they always do. They're forgetting to understand that it's not the amount of people that attend rallies. It's the amount of registered voters, the people who got voter registration cards. I can tell you Cummings will win Maryland. I know that. And let me tell you how I know Cummings will win Maryland. Gail Marias, who was originally with the CDC, is supporting Cummings. And Gail Marias only lost a seat because he had a problem with the coalition, and the coalition put up James Barney. James Barney is not going to be more powerful than Gail Marias in that conversation. The
Right.
CPP, Maryland is going to go for it, but that's the only county I think the CDC is not going to win in the Southeast. It's going to be Maryland, okay? And there will be other counties and I can tell you that in the other counties in the Southeast, Cummings is going to come second. He's going to come second. And the reason he's going to come second, at the end of the day, Steve, it's raw votes we are talking about here. It's not winning a county. It's raw votes. If you go into, let's say we go into Grand Coup, right? And Georgia win Grand Coup by 80% and Cummings take 20%. That's raw votes that's adding to Cummings' number, that's increasing his chances to go into a runoff. Where is it? The Nima County. Nima County. Let's talk about Nima County. Nima County is supposed to be a stronghold of the Unity Party by virtue of the fact that it got Prince Johnson, right?
Exactly.
The people trucking in Nima County. How do you truck in your stronghold? How do you truck in your stronghold? Do you see the CPP trucking people in Basel? You didn't see nobody trucking anybody in Basel. This notion that, because there were buses for people to attend a rally, what you expect? You expect an 80-year-old, 70-year-old man to walk from the village to a program? You don't expect them to do that. So Nimba is now a battleground. You know the other thing that they're trying to keep underwater? The CDC is putting them under a lot of pressure in Nimba. You know they got Roland Tour running against Prince Johnson.
Are you serious?
They're not talking about it. You know the party people. They're very, they're good at propaganda now. Don't get me wrong. They're very good at propaganda, right? Roland Tour, who is because it's an all general affair now in Nimba. You got Bazogia, you got Roland Tour, you got most of those special forces from the MPFL, MPP,
Right.
that are now coalescing around Roland Tour. Then you also have Yan Twine, original Unity Party man, who was supposed to run on Unity Party ticket for senator, but they dumped Yan Twine. Yan is going to be coming on the closing argument sometime this week or early next week to talk about his strategy. And Yan is going to do well in the minor belt in Nimba. You know who's also supporting Yan Twine, who dropped out of the race? Edith Gonyo-Ware was supposed to run for senator, but she dropped out of the race because she is not supporting Prince Johnson. She's not supporting Prince Johnson. So you're gonna have Prince Johnson himself. His seat is on a what the thing is on a track. Don't let nobody lie to you. You saw him the other day. He put on his picture. He said he's asking for God to intervene for the people to give him or retirement or lasting legacy. Y'all don't be surprised if Prince Johnson does not even come back as senator. Look, Steve, it's a numbers game. Only in Liberia, and I want to say that then when they lose, they will say Ellen cheated them. When they lose, they will say, Ellen cheated them. This is a numbers game. It's not electoral college. It's not you win. When you win the county, then you get all the votes.
Right.
In that county. It's about strategically positioning yourself. And so I put on my picture with my goggle. They all on they all having hypertension. They all having funky fever. Oh, man, we know you. I told them, you don't worry. So I just wanted to be clear. And said it to them. Me and them have had a lot of this conversation. Nimba is now a battleground because Prince Johnson is on a trip. You know why? You know, they party ended their tour in Nimba early. You know, and you remember they told you they were supposed to go to Tapita.
Yeah.
They were supposed to go to Saniquile. They were supposed to. Why did they go to Glanta and Campi? Have anybody asked that question? We're going to be asking these questions in the closing argument. I know my dear Jackie will be in a tough zone this week, but I'm going to ask a lot of these questions. The reason they didn't continue with the tour is they ran out of money. They ran out of money, and the old man was tired. The old man got tired. You know, so when you hear the president say, the people, and now I'm trying to figure out why all of a sudden Joe Biden just started wearing dashing. Not knowing what we are, just to all the real reason. Because when he's sleeping, you got to put a goggle on, and you notice the shit dark.
Yeah.
Dark red band and make it wear.
Take one.
Dark red band, yeah, that ain't wear.
So
Listen, we are looking for. We're looking for people to join the Goggle Challenge. People join the Goggle Challenge. Look, not because of Joe we are talking. The Goggle thing is important because don't be surprised Joe Biden start wearing the Goggle now because you will say it's a problem. But I think they don't have a choice. But they will have to keep the goggles on him. But we're looking forward to an interesting week coming up. Hopefully, God willing, I should be in Liberia sometime before the end of the week.
Oh, okay.
To we're gonna go try to start putting some things in place because the battle is about to begin. The battle is about to begin, my brother.
So I got one last question for you because even with this Costas revelation that the Unity Party is trying to brush aside, having conflicting story. My question to you is, should Joseph Boakai be telling us who they met in Ghana? Because Costa was not in Ghana with them. Boakai saw the people. Boakai is on the ballot box. I think it's fair to ask Joseph Yuma Boakai to tell us who he met in Ghana, to tell the Liberian people. Because his son has also said that there was a meeting in Ghana.
Simple, this is where I get very my CPP people. Because like you said earlier, we're taking the election to be beauty pageant. Imagine, I'm giving you an example, right? Imagine if it were Ernest Cummings who were at a meeting. And I'm trying to think about I'm trying to think about somebody. Let's say Mariah. God forbid, because Mariah not even coming, right? But let's say Mariah get first. She must start to come and Mariah get there. Mariah says she's going to have a press conference. And Mariah explain everything. And say, Cummings went and met some drug dealers and some people and so and so. You think Unity Party will let that story down?
That way.
In fact, they will print billboards. They will print billboards. You saw the people talk their business. And they are going in villages, they're going in towns and villages, explaining to the people that Cummings is supposed to be gay, right?
Right.
But when it comes to their own, they all know what they're why they jackhammer the other day. I heard President Monsteps on the news was very smart. Costa spoke for almost 1 hour, 30 minutes. Unity Party people only took that 30 million thing and started running with it, making it loud and say, oh, they want to question what Costa was saying. No, Costa are crawfish who coming from under the water. Costa telling us, say the alligator sweating. And the United Party people telling us, we should not question that the alligator sweating. Because all of a sudden now, Costa, who was supposed to be the person who was the chief propagandist, the loudest supporter of Joe Boakai, all of a sudden, because he said he's not supporting. No, it is a big news that the ALP has said that they are no longer political allies to the Unity Party.
It is.
And we in the CPP, we are sitting down and allowing this news to die. By the power of the heart of my people. Then they say, oh, then your own, you too lukewarm. I said, listen, y'all, when y'all ready for us to fight, y'all have to fight. The politics here. The politics. So a Joe, we are telling that Joe Boakai wearing Gogu because he's sleeping. And you said because that Joe, we are saying, so I'm going to talk about it. You got something else coming.
Exactly.
Tomorrow I'm going to buy another red band. I just want a red band, the real red band that Joe Boakai can wear. Again, the other picture I will put on tomorrow. We're sitting down, we're taking everything for Joe. We're taking everything for Joe. United Party people, look, I keep saying this thing over and over. Until we realize that what Joseph Boyka has done to our country, and he is attempting to do to the country, is an existential threat. We're joking. Anybody but we are. Let's get rid of Joe. So we won't get rid of Joe. I'm going to put Joe Boyka in power. Talking about he was. And he said, didn't he announce that he was president of the Senate and he used to control things?
Exactly.
But that's not his words.
That's what he said.
But that's not Joe Boyka's words.
That's exactly what he said.
Where he used to control things. I told somebody the other day, Joseph Yuma Boyka was able to get 19 senators to endorse him in 2016, 2017. 19 senators who went against two of their own, Joe Weir and Joel Howard Taylor. The two of them were senators.
Yep.
19 senators. Joe Boyka was able to convince 19 senators. 19 senators. But Joe Boyka was not able to convince 5 senators to stand up to question 68 bogus agreement. But meanwhile, he comes out and he said he used to control things. I used to control things. You now hear the story why Joseph Boyka didn't pick Bezong Finley as his running mate. He said, I know if that's true, but I was one of his close confidants to him. He said something that they were working on, and Bezong Finley didn't bring it on to him. This is the person we're playing with. So, my man, Steve, the Google challenge, and I want everybody know Joe Weir, my friend. I can tell them. And I told them the other day, I said, they know they're your own Joe Weir because Joel was not on Joe Weir in 2017 when I supported Bronx. Was he not? Was she not? My issue here is we cannot be talking about change. We cannot be talking about change and be having change and Joseph Boyka cannot be in the same sentence. How is that possible? How is that possible for change and Joseph Boyka to be in the same sentence? Tell me. Does Joseph Boyka better anything that represents him?
When we say it, then they insult us. But if we ought to be serious, then if we ought to talk about change, then there is no way we can be talking about certain people in change. It doesn't make sense.
Then they say, you're money. Okay, so you're all supporting Joseph Boyka. Let me ask you today. Why are you supporting Joseph Boyka for? That not because you want that interest? You're all supporting. By the time they say somebody supporting Cummings, they mean the person running after money. Their Cummings not bad them. Their Cummings not bad them, right? By the time they say you're supporting Cummings, Cummings ain't buying you. You're supporting CDC, you're not patriotic. They put that patriotic Liberians are the ones who supporting Joseph Boyka. Yeah,
everyone who love the country.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Look, we have 80-something more days to this election. If we, and I said to my CDT people, you better let's draw this, present this contradiction, or we'll have ourselves to blame. We'll have ourselves to blame. And I said this, and I will say this to my own stand-up bearer, Mr. Cummings. The next time you go to a political rally, when you leave it from that political rally, we better be having sound bites for you too. Leave all that, the economy, and all that. Listen, you're going to war, you got to understand the battleground you're going to fight in. You got to understand the battleground. You can't go fight war in people fighting in Ukraine. You think Zelensky? Why do you think Zelensky coming to America begging them for cluster bomb?
No.
Why do you think he's in there for F-16? You think he's sitting there saying, "Oh no, I'm a small country, I get it." Why do you think he has pressured America to say, "Let them join what the team? Let them join NATO"? It's because he understands the opponent that he's fighting. The United Party has played the Liberty Party, the ANC for too long. They played them in the CPP. You heard Costa loud and clear. Who went to Bernard Ure and told him, said, file the case? Who went to Bernard Ure?
He said Boyka.
You know this week, what I intend to do this week, I'm going to Costa is going to be coming on the closing arguments very soon. I'm working with him on that. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be cutting clips from the Costa interview and expanding on it. The intention is to allow this Costa interview to die. That's the intention. And it's not going to die. It's not going to die. So we on it. we're gonna keep pushing, right? The Google challenge is alive and well. Steve, we're gonna be looking forward to you joining the Google challenge.
Yeah, I gotta buy my Google tomorrow.
Yeah, let's spread the word about why these people hiding their own men behind. You know, Joe, people like an uncle to me, I like the puppet, but I just can't stand the fact that you got these vultures who are trying to take advantage of this old man and put him in a position where they know he's not in the capacity to be able to do the thing that we need to do in the country. We're not going to sit down and allow them to have a free ride. It's no longer going to happen. But it's been a great show, my brother. I've been listening.
Thank you.
We've been listening, and we're gonna, like I said, we'll be coming on the SKTV sometime this week to expand more on some of these things. Because that tape, like I said, and thank you. I saw you break down the thing with Spoon. All of a sudden now, United Party people, can you imagine Joe Bwaga issuing a statement on closure of station? Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, but the one that directly implicates him, his character, and everything.
He can't answer it.
I don't understand.
But you issue quick statement. Something that's a private matter.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I like the way you did it. You broke it down from when this thing started to where we are today.
Yes.
Everything we got to do. When you talk, they say, oh, you running after. Only United Party people love Nigeria. They love Nigeria so much that they had 12 years. By the way, the 12 years they say they had. Joe Bwaga was a parker. He didn't do anything. There's no responsibility for nothing that happened during those 12 years. But the only thing he does is that he takes credit for the good things that Ellen Johnson said.
Yeah, but Joe Bwaga indicted himself in the 66 concession deal, because if he was in charge of the Senate and running the Senate, like he said, that means he's aware of the deal. That means he the one. In fact, he the one initiated the debate, oversaw that debate. Anyways, that's everything we can talk. We'll discuss some other things. I will be on a closing argument tomorrow. I will be there. If I will make a post about it in the morning, first thing when I wake up, I will be on a closing argument.
You're welcome. The closing argument is open. You know the people are allowed to come. You know, Jackie is on there. George Tule the other day, we had Alfonso there talking a normal crazy thing. You know, I've told people we are not going to stop anybody from coming. Because when you want to come and expose who you really are, what you really stand for, you know, we don't have time to wait. Like I said, this is a battle for the soul of the country. And we're not going to sit down. Whether you want, my niece swing and brother cheat like me, I don't care. You won't say anything, I won't say that your business. I just say, and I continue to say, if we're talking about change, Joseph Bwaga and this Unity Party, you know, I have a lot of respect for the Unity Party. You know, there's a lot of Unity Party people who are supporting the CPP. Don't get me wrong. So the Unity Party as an institution, I think it's a great institution, but the current leadership is where my issue is. They have no moral standing to be talking about changing life. Look, these people have not even been opposition for 6 years. They have not even been up. So why you attack some of us like the party people and ANC people who be in opposition for saying the dispensation 6 years and you're having something people and you're crying? You will stay in opposition and Steve. The other party will stay in opposition.
Well, that is if the party will even be alive after the elections, after October 10th. That is if the party will not dissolve. It will, and we predicted on here that it will dissolve. But anyway, tomorrow we'll be on. Thank you, Ben. Thanks for calling on.
All right, my brother.
Yes, sir. Well, that was Chairman Ben Senvi from the Liberty Party and CPP at large. Hey, tomorrow I'll be on SKTV. After SKTV, I will jump on the closing argument to contribute. I've never been there before, but I will be there tomorrow so that we can talk. We can have this conversation. That being said, folks, it's been a long day. I'm sorry that I can't keep up anymore. You know, we're getting that age now. We're the veteran, eh? We can't stay long too much. As a veteran, I need to go put myself together and rest and get some rest. Because I gotta be up late tonight. I got some work I gotta do on the computer. I gotta put some things together for a presentation tomorrow. Tomorrow is a very big day. As we're getting ready for the July 26th. Tomorrow we are meeting here with the Secretary of State, and I think the governor. So it's a big day for us here tomorrow. And as one of the leaders, as the leader in our community, I have to be ready. That being said, thank you, folks. I'll be up late tonight, but I'll be on the show tomorrow. Thank you so much for your contributions. Thanks for all you do. Let's close with this song. We'll be seeing you tomorrow. Tomorrow is a beautiful day. God bless. Have a good time.
Over Satan power, 'cause I ain't good more. I'm an overcomer. Yes, we're doing cool more. Over Satan power, 'cause I ain't cool more. See, I'm an overcomer. 'Cause say yes, we're doing cool.
Yes, we're doing cool. Over Satan power, 'cause I ain't cool. I'm an overcomer.
'Cause say yes, we're doing cool.
Yes, we're doing cool. Over Satan power, 'cause I ain't cool. I'm an overcomer.
I'm a dinner, one man to Hosanna.
Hosanna,
I am for you now,
Hosanna,
Jesus Narbano.
Hosanna,
I am for you now,
Hosanna,
one man to Hosanna.
Hosanna,
Jesus Narbano.
Hosanna,
I mean, you know, I won't born or say,
Hosanna,
Jesus Narbano.
Hosanna.
Who is this King of glory? He's a lot strong and mighty.